question is, what do the next, few months look like for you? So we'll go ahead and pull a card per month. We'll also pull a challenge card for each of those months to take a bit of a deeper dive into your question. But we'll start with a 10 card spread to get an idea of what's going on at the moment and what could be the general theme for the near future as well. And, surrounding influences and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Clear messages for the corner regarding what's coming up for her in the next few months. We've got the Magician in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, the Devil in reverse, Hierophant, Page of Wands. We've got Two of Swords, King of Cups, Page of Swords in reverse. We've got the Fool, and we've got Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so in the present, perhaps you're feeling that you're not making the kind of progress that you'd like to make, that you've been delayed, or that you feel that perhaps you don't have all of the resources that you need to really manifest the life that you desire or to move things along in the right direction. And part of the challenge is the King of Pentacles energy here in the reverse. To address the reversal, any reversal, we may want to consider the lessons learned or the lessons that we need to learn in the card that comes prior to it in the same suit. So in that case, that's the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone that is certainly career-oriented, okay? And it's a very kind of down-to-earth, organic kind of energy, very motherly. This is the type of person that, and it could be male or female, but this is the type of energy and the type of person that really prides themselves in the work that they do, especially as a means to provide for their family. Okay, so the message there could be that perhaps this is an area that you're struggling with. Maybe there isn't enough of that energy, or you're not quite tapping into that, or perhaps this is an aspect of your personality, but for some reason you're not feeling quite fulfilled in being able to do those things, okay? Because the King in general is a much more mature kind of energy in terms of projects. It does signify later stages of development or more advancement, right? So kind of a more developed, okay, if that makes sense. And so with the Magician here in reverse, I'm seeing that these cards, the meanings of these cards kind of strengthen the other, okay? In the recent past, you may have been dealing with any kind of like self-limiting beliefs or self-imposed restrictions of some kinds. The Devil card could also speak to addictions and challenges with attachments and things like that. But it could be negative thinking, negative self-talk, not feeling very confident, things like that as well. In the future, with the Hierophant here, it could be that you're perhaps today considering taking some kind of coursework, learning something new, preparing yourself, developing yourself to assume a position of like leadership, okay? That's possible as well here. Or taking on any kind of role where you're, teaching others or just offering others some kind of support, mentoring. It could be an instruction of some kind, okay? It could also be management. Kind of already mentioned that with leadership too. So whether you want to assume this kind of responsibility, or perhaps if it's work related at all, and if you have any questions as to where your career or your work could be going, you could be desiring this or wanting to move in that direction as well. With the Page of Wands here, well, you may be feeling a little stuck. The Page of Wands is also like it can be like a little bit of a seed of hope, if you will, okay? A Page of Wands is someone that is still looking at situations or looking at the world with kind of like a childlike wonder, okay? The Page of Wands could also signify the kind of like the willingness to learn new things as well, or to start new projects, okay? To take on challenges and to really start taking those baby steps even to get to where it is that you want to go. With the Page of Wands too, Wands specifically speaking to like inspiration, feeling inspired, wanting to kind of break out from your comfort zone, expanding your perspectives and your horizons. It could literally mean travel as well, or some type of communication. Okay, so in the near future, I'm seeing this either desire to perhaps learn something new, or to start something new, to open yourself up to possibilities, perhaps even travel, just anything that's really gonna get you out of your comfort zone and kind of expand the way that you're seeing things. So that's a very positive energy here. And it's also how you either normally present yourself to others, okay, or it's how others either view you or will view you as well, okay? Because this is kind of the energy or the thinking that you're projecting, okay? Now, at the heart of the matter, and more of like that internal feeling, that internal space, because this is more about, how you present yourself. Whereas the Two of Swords here is more about how you feel. So it's definitely more internal. And the Two of Swords could be, well, the swords themselves representing kind of just a thought process, okay? And the number 2, duality, or having to make decisions. Perhaps you're still trying to figure out what it is that you want to do exactly. The Two of Swords a lot of times speaks to feeling like you don't have enough information to make decisions. And really the guidance here is to reconnect with that intuition and be able to, just get those insights that you seek. Because and our internal guidance specifically is our best compass, if you will, in our lives, okay? Now, to kind of work through this and to move forward, the guidance is to really tap into that King of Cups energy. And the King of Cups has a lot to do with being grounded and stable, emotionally speaking, okay? So it's a very mature energy. Again, I'm seeing like a lot of king energy, mostly more mature energy, but then I'm also seeing, this younger, more childlike or youthful kind of energy with the pages as well. So with the King of Cups though, it's certainly the King of, I like the King of Cups. The King of Cups is also about really being, in control of one's emotions, and kind of just being, so how we feel internally really dictates our external experience, right? So when we're in control of our emotions, we tend to have like a calmer kind of just general disposition, and so it really impacts our external experience, okay? It's because it's driven by our internal condition. So I really like the King of Cups because for me the King of Cups really speaks to that internal condition. It's about being calm, it's about being grounded, it's about being fully in control of one's emotions. And if we can tap into that energy, then that is going to produce those same results, okay? And so I always look at the King of Cups in the guidance position as speaking to these things, okay? So in terms of influences, you could be dealing with this Page of Swords type of energy. Because it's in the reverse, it could really be speaking more to, again, that internal state, that internal condition, okay? So pages in general, have a lot to do with, study and learning, and that could be another meaning here as it relates to the Hierophant. But they're also about starting new things and really, being hopeful about it and just being open to those new opportunities, those new possibilities. And this has a lot to do with kind of just thinking. And again, I just think it really lines up well with the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is so cool, calm, and collected that they don't tend to be like overly emotional. They've got that control, and so in that regard, there's that element of like air, of thinking, of analytics, of just rationale, okay? And the Page of Swords definitely speaks to that too. It's about thinking through things and communicating in ourselves in a very efficient, just like productive, conducive is probably the best word, just communicating ourselves in a very conducive way. And with the Fool here, it's very possible that you feel like you're ready to move forward. You're ready for something new, taking that leap of faith, starting that new journey, knowing that you got what it takes to get there, right? So it really feels to me like what your hopes are and what your dreams are. And then with the potential outcome here with the Eight of Pentacles, I'd say this is a very, very positive outcome here. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastery, okay? You have done, or you will be doing, quite a bit of studying and learning, okay? Letting go of self-limiting beliefs and limitations and things like that. Really learning, and even with the Magician here in reverse, if we're looking at the card that comes before it, it's the Fool, okay? And in the Hopes position, starting that new journey, taking that leap of faith, and being able to address the reversal energy here with the Magician, from the Fool, moving over into the Magician. The Magician speaks to manifesting, to creating our reality, okay? But yeah, with the Page, a couple of pages here, starting something new projects, new beginnings, it could be apprenticeship, studying, learning, looking at the world with, like through a child's eyes almost, just being very open and very receptive from that, perspective. Letting go of things that don't serve you, moving into this Hierophant energy, which can be about, it can be about learning for sure. Making decisions, reconnecting with intuition, again with the King of Cups here, highly intuitive card. Needing to reconnect with intuition, to be able to start something new and take that leap of faith. It's all, very connected here. But with the Eight of Pentacles, again, going back to, mastery, having honed a craft, a skill. Could also indicate kind of repetitions here, cycles of repetition. But ultimately, it's about mastery. And very likely in job-related matters, okay? Career and things like that. All right. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards. We're in March, so let's pull, starting April. Let's do like the next 6 months, and let's kind of get, an idea what the overall energy is for the next 6 months, and a challenge as well, okay? So April, May, June, July, August, September, and of course energies can shift and change. But starting with April, we've got the Two of Cups here in reverse. So the messaging here could be a couple of things. You know, the message could be to really focus on self. Okay, perhaps this is not the moment to enter into some kind of partnership, and it doesn't really have to be romantic. It could be work-related partnerships. It could be trying to, you know, start something new of any kind in any area of your life, and also bringing in someone else at the same time. Okay, it could mean that whatever it is that you're thinking about working on or doing or stepping into, you need to take this challenge or this journey or this path on your own. Okay, and so for the challenge, you've got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is coming up the second time here. You know, when we speak of challenges, pages really challenge us to seek better ways of doing things, and in this case, that is communicating our needs. You know, really leveraging that element of air. It could also be, again, about analysis. You know, thinking through things before moving forward. So the next month we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, it can be a bit of a guarded energy, okay? It could be about stability, really looking to do some of that inner work and really ground ourselves. And it could be that the theme of that following month of May could be about grounding yourself financially, or, you know, in terms of the material. It could just speak to being a little guarded as well. Maybe being very cautious with spending and things like that, really holding on to your money bag, so to speak. And the challenge, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Second time we're seeing the Eight of Pentacles here. So, you know, being careful not to fall into any kind of cyclical trap. Okay, so this could speak to habits in the reverse. So making sure that you're not repeating a mistake or a cycle or something that may not necessarily serve you. You know, this is, again, Pentacles energy. Okay, so give some that thought as to how that may resonate. The following month, June, we have the Moon. You know, the theme here could be, again, doing some more of that inner work, shadow work. There could be some fears and things that may come up from your subconscious, you know, things that you may need to work on, information that could be revealed, secrets that could be revealed to you. Doesn't necessarily need to involve others. These could be, you know, for me, the Moon a lot of times speaks to the subconscious, okay, and things coming to light, perhaps a distant memory, perhaps, you know, as part of our healing process, potentially even dealing with a past trauma, excuse me. The challenge, the Empress here in reverse. You know, I feel like this is almost a warning. During this month in particular, you're definitely going to want to focus on self-care, okay? Self-love, to work through whatever the Moon may represent for you. The following month, April, May, June, July, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is a card that speaks to patience a lot of times. It also speaks to investments. Okay, there are so many pentacles in your reading that I feel that you are seeking solutions to more of the 3D, you know. If it's not related to money specifically, it could be related to manifestation of things, okay? But with the Seven of Pentacles here, you know, you've made some investment on some level, and you've been very patient with it to see it grow, okay, to see where it takes you. The challenge, the Queen of Swords here in reverse. I feel that the message here is that you need to be more decisive. You know, don't be afraid to really stick to your truth, so to speak, okay? The Queen of Swords is a very forward-facing kind of energy. So the message here is to keep your eye on the prize, you know, to look forward. Okay. August, King of Cups here in reverse. Second time we're seeing the King of Cups. This time in the reverse, you know, the message here could be to make sure that you're emotionally grounded, okay? There could be a lot of work that needs to be done in this regard. The challenge, we've got the Eight of Cups here. You know, the Eight of Cups can be an emotional card, okay, about emotional transitions. But the Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that don't serve you in the direction of something that will do better for you, that will serve you better. And, you know, you've got the Eight of Pentacles here, you've got the Eight of Cups here. So, you know, a lot of number 8. And the 8 is about, again, mastery. But it's also close to the number 10. So you're going through something, you're going through a process, through a cycle, and you are getting near completion, okay? You're getting near completing that cycle. And you've got the Five of Pentacles here in the final month. You know, the Five of Pentacles energy is about really seeking to reconnect with, it's like needing to open your eyes a little bit and realizing that you have all of the resources that you need to get to where you want to be or where you need to go. All right? The Five of Pentacles in reverse especially is about releasing fears. It's about accepting help sometimes, you know, realizing that there are resources much closer to you than what you may realize, because you're, you know, the Five of Pentacles is about focusing on kind of being neither here nor there. A lot of times kind of being stagnant, being stuck. But the number 5 really challenges us to change, and that is really the message here. And again, it, you know, relates to Pentacles. It's about Pentacles. So make sure that you're not allowing yourself to fall into some type of lack mindset, okay? Because that's not going to serve you. And the challenge, the Page of Wands. So another page, and it's the second time we're seeing the Page of Wands too. So, you know, I've spoken a lot about the Page of Wands, but I do believe that the Page of Wands energy will help address this, you know, maybe theme, if you will, for that month. Whereas, you know, releasing fears and working through things and making sure not to fall into any traps around lack mindset. You've got the Page of Wands as an inspirational energy. It's about looking beyond, you know, what's immediately in front of you and really kind of broadening, you know, that perspective and those horizons. And, you know, for me personally, the Page of Wands is really about shaking it up, literally changing your physiology. It's about getting out of your comfort zone. And travel a lot of times helps, you know, broaden that our view, you know. So that could be the message here and the guidance for kind of the ending of the next 6-month period. All right, any additional messages for the Coronet? Additional messages before we close, or as we close. Okay, the Hangman, King of Pentacles again in the reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. As I mentioned, consider the lessons that the Queen of Pentacles can